From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's check out this water tote. This IBC catching water thing. It has caught almost 75 gallons, a little over 50. And that's just since I put this together last night. I'm telling you, man, these things fill up quick. They do awesome. Happy, 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 happy. Looks like it's going to rain some more today, but that sun. You see the sun? Can y'all see that? Good golly, look at that thing. Is it bright? Oh, man, it's bright. I can see Bob. Bob, the bright orange ball. Man, I tell you what, I have been in some places when Bob was thundering on us. I mean, just hammering us into the dirt. I thought, I don't want no more Bob. I don't want to see no more Bob, you know. But then there were times that I couldn't wait for Bob to hurry up and come up because we needed some Bob. It was freezing, you know. So, yeah, Bob's just one of them things. All right, plants, maybe, okay. That might be all right there. I'm still looking at this one here. Still looking at that one there. I think they're going to be all right. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to make it out. All right. What do we got to do today? We are going to put some strings down here, remove that netting over there, put some strings down so these guys can start running, block off our 64 square foot patch for the watermelon, block off 150 foot patch for some pumpkins, and do some other things today. So let's get guys. So we've got the stringers set up. I've got a lot of this. I got 24,000 feet of mason line. I ordered one roll of 1,000 foot, used it to set our fence around the yard. And instead they have given me just the one roll. They sent me 24,000 foot rolls. So I have 24,000 feet of mason line. Well, what do you do with all that mason line? Well, netting, okay, that I was going to buy, the trellis netting, $74 a roll, okay, and it comes in you can get various sizes, you know, 2 foot wide, 3 foot, 4 foot wide, okay, rolls, and as you continue to grow in width, the price goes up. Well, this is 16, about 18 foot wide. For these climbing, these are cucumbers and kiwanos, and I want them to climb up over onto that trellis, and then I'm going to put more fencing up there and make a tunnel right there. Okay, it's going to connect from the cattle panel to the top of the fence, and I'll do it like that and make a little tunnel right there. Well, the only way to do that is to get them to climb up. Well, if they keep doing this, they're not going to grab a hold of anything. They're just going to be laying on the ground. So what am I going to do? I'm going to build a net. And that net, I can train the vines in the net to go that way, okay? And if they're growing that way, then they'll cover the top and they'll make me a nice nice little cool off spot. I can go climb underneath it and get cooled off in the heat of the day. And it'll look pretty. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to build a net. Now, I got my stringers set up. One there, one there, one there. All I did is I went to every plant, basically, and I set a string. Okay, some of them are a little off. You know, probably could have went one more over, which I may end up doing. I may go and take them, but no, it's too much. I'll just leave them like they are. They're fine like they are. And all I did, I didn't tie it, I looped it. So you make a loop. It's easy to do. Let me show you here. Okay, we'll move this one. We'll move this one. Let me see if I can show y'all. Okay, make a loop. See the loop? Okay, make it like that. You put it like that, okay? See, it's a loop just like this. You stick it right there. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Now, all I did is there's the loop right there. I pulled the string up through the loop like that. See how it pulls tight? And I just feed through, just like that. And then cinch it down like that, and it's tight, okay? Tight, look at that. See, I'm pulling hard. All right, so there's that. That's how we're gonna do it. And yeah, I'm gonna move them all. I'm just gonna move all these. And then once I move them, I'll take you to the next step. Okay guys, now the next step you wanna do, lay your line out here. Make sure you have enough to go all the way across the span that you're going to be doing. All right. Now that we got enough, we cut it off, and we're gonna start right up here, and we're gonna start tying it in on this line. Let me get that first knot tied, and I'll tell you how to do it. Okay guys, there's our first knot tied. And all I did is the same loop I used to tie this onto the fence is the same one I used to do this. Now this one, it's gonna be a little harder to get that one out. These, I can take these and get these out easily. That way I can put it up for the winter if I so choose, okay? But these ones, when you tie that knot in there, it's not gonna go nowhere, all right? Then what you do, since you got that knot tied, you're gonna want to secure it to where it won't move anymore. So this tag that you got left over, wrap it under and over and tie you a knot, and it'll be secured right there in that spot, and it won't slide. See how it slides up and down that right now? See how it'll slide up and down that? You secure it right there and it won't do that, okay? So let me do that and then I'll weave it and we'll be back. Okay guys, this is how you tie this. Take your sideways string, I guess we'll call it, horizontal string, okay? You got your vertical string here, horizontal string here. You pull it across, you pull your horizontal across your vertical, make a cross. Then you take your vertical, make a loop, okay? Just like that. Now, you have to get the excess out of the way. You take your horizontal, you wrap it around. See how that's making a loop around both of those up there at the top? It's looped around both sides of your vertical. And then what you'll do is, it's a pain in the butt. Wrap it around. Put your fingers through here. Grab that. Pull her through. This is how people tie fishnet, and this is how you tie trellising. Now, you got a knot, it won't come out, and you made a square. See that? Now you got trellising, and you can make the squares as big or as small as you want. Okay, mine's pretty big because I want some room to be able to get in there. I'm just getting something for them to climb on. When I'm done with this net, I'll pull these lines back and stretch it out to where it's tight to where they can climb it good. All right, so hopefully y'all got that. If not, I'll try to remember to take a picture of the knots online, okay, that shows you how to do it. But all you gotta do, again, just take your horizontal string, go across your vertical like so, pick your vertical up, make a loop like so, come over here, get your horizontal to go around both of the loops, come up here through the center, I ain't gonna lie, it's not easy, especially with mason line. It might be easier with some other kind of line, but mason line's really slick, so just keep that in mind. And the longer you're going to make your trellising or your netting, the harder it is to do. There you go. Ta-da. It's pretty simple. Plus the weeds are in the way. All right. See ya. Okay, guys, I got to go in for a little bit. We finally got the netting done. And I know on here it don't look good. But what I done, it would look good, but all the tag ends that I had that were out here like this, instead of pulling them straight out when I got here to these Mexican sour gherkins, I just put them underneath and let them climb up them, or it would look a lot better than that. You can tie it a lot tighter squares and everything. It takes a very, very long time to do that, and it's not really necessary. If it was a fishing net, yes. If it was going to be a little bit better trellis, yes, but just to trellis these right here, just so I can get them up onto the fence and then up and over, not a big deal. So later on this summer, I'm going to need some tighter trellising, so I'll tie that and I'll do a full video on how to tie that trellis tight and good. Okay, you'll have to mark it off. If you want the squares to be 3 inch, you have to mark off 3 inches and then 3 inches both ways. Okay, it's getting ready to rain, so well, it is raining, and so I'm gonna get out of this rain, but this is what we got for right now, and it's gonna work just fine. Them vines will pick up, they'll climb, and they'll get up here in no time. They'll be up here on that fence, and then that'll give me time to get my fencing up from the cattle panels to the main fence over there and make us a little tunnel so we can pick them over there and on the other side of the fence. All right, so let's get out of this rain and wait for it to pass and see what else we're gonna get into today. Just listen to it. You hear it? It's filling up. Running, running, running. Get her up to about 100, 125 gallons, and I'll let her loose and then let her flush all those old leaves out. But she's going. You can see there. All the water being caught. Straight down that pipe, hitting that curve there, going right into our bucket. So we're happy, happy, happy. All right, let's get in. Well, I had just finished over there tilling the garden, or the pumpkin patch. We'll get a show of that here in a second. Now I'm gonna make me some feet so I can walk in my pumpkin patch. We're gonna tie these shoes here onto these here pop crates, and we're gonna walk around in them like this. Now a lot of people will walk on them the other way, and when they turn like this, kind of like a real shoe, but you're still gonna compress because even though your weight's getting distributed over that, you're still gonna compress all that ground up underneath that. Whereas if you walk on the edge of it, like that there, you're only gonna compress that. So technically you are getting more weight distributed upside down than you are right side up. Okay? So turn your shoes upside down. Okay? If you're gonna use the pop crates, my advice is tilt them up, turn them upside down. The other way, you are distributing some weight, but not nearly as much as you think. Okay? You would literally have to be a child for that to distribute enough weight to not compact. Okay? Us guys that are grown men and women, we're gonna have to turn them upside down to distribute our weight a little bit better. Okay? Turn them upside down, tie them on there like this, and you'll distribute more weight. Guarantee it. Okay? Guarantee it. We're gonna show you how here in just a minute. All right, so we've got it tilled up. I got my shoes on here. Show you how they work. See that? You're not compacting nowhere near the amount that you are when you're packing that other stuff. See how they work? You can't even tell I've walked in here. See? See that? Nowhere near. See? You can't say that I've walked in here. You can't tell. Turn them upside down, guys. Turn them upside down. They work a lot better when you turn them upside down. You're distributing more weight over a larger surface, and you're not hurting, you're keeping more weight off of the surface of the ground, okay? Flip them upside down. Don't use them like that no more on the other way we've been using them when they've been turned up the right way. Just tie them on there. This is a work in progress, still trying to keep them tied on here. There we go. It's a little, I need to retie this left one, but the right one's good. Anyhow, we're gonna get in here and do some skewers. Why are you laughing at me? It works. The other people turn them upside the other way. This works. My wife's laughing at me. The neighbors are laughing at me too, probably, if they're watching. All right, use some skewers. Get some these secondaries running the right way and weed some. Okay, guys, we've made it up here to the end. You can see it doesn't look like I've walked through there. These work pretty good. They're a little clumsy, but they work. 1673 and a half Bartimus. Looking pretty good. It's growing secondaries now and starting to throw them off, so it should lay down next week and start putting secondaries down, and we should be able to get it rolling, see what it's going to do. I'm hoping that will do well. I would like to cross the 1673 Bartimus over here with this 824 Hodge. 824 Hodge is doing good. It don't see any secondaries growing yet, but I picked a bunch of blooms off of it, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's laying down, as you can see. We got it pinned down there, so should take off, start rooting next week, and hopefully it'll just run. This is some very, very, very fluffy soil in here. I may get to till it one more time. I tilled it again today as well. That's 3 times that this has been tilled up. One more time should be good and should get out some of the weed pressure. I'm hoping anyhow. We'll see. See how fluffy it is under my feet though? I mean, it's real. It feels like you're walking on air. So compared to this over here. Now this over here, when it gets rain, it stays wet. So, I mean, it's just wet. And the water runs from up here down. So, bushel gourd, the 248 new bushel gourd, it laid down today, sort of. We got it staked up there. It's about 2.5, 3 inches off the ground. Should lay down pretty quickly, I would say. We gotta get in here and weed it some more. I'm pretty burnt. Been out here for several hours on these things, and hoping tomorrow I can get my center blocks from my buddies. And when I get them over here, I'll be able to put my center blocks down and my wood planks and hopefully be able to walk on them and do some weeding. I tried to locate a stirrup hoe or a loop hoe, or they're called by 3 or 4 different names. Anyhow, it's a hoe that oscillates. It's got a blade on there and it cuts all the weeds. I tried to find one of them. I can't find it. The only thing I got is this little cultivator. It don't do very good, so you got to go in here and hand pick them. I'd much rather have something I can reach and cut the weeds about a ½ inch under the ground, cut the weeds off at the root. I know I'm going to have a lot of weed pressure this year, so it is what it is. It may get to the point where I can't handle it no more if these don't get big enough, quick enough, and bush out fast enough to where they kind of down the pressure, the weed pressure. It may get to a point where I just can't keep up with it, so I may end up having to figure out something else to do. Like I said, I've checked Haas tools. I checked everywhere but Amazon to find a good one. Amazon has them, but I don't put a lot of confidence in some of the Amazon tools. But I've checked Lowe's, I've checked Home Depot, I've checked Haas tools, and everybody's sold out, so I don't know. Anyhow, we've picked all the tendrils off. As you can see, we cut them off. Okay, I cut the tendrils off. Don't want nothing going. I don't want nothing stealing any power from this. So the blooms go, the tendrils go, and any tertiaries that are starting go. Okay, I want nothing but plant and secondaries growing. Okay, as you can see, this is the 951 new. And it's looking really good. I mean, just really good. It's coming a long way. The leaves are just ginormous. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but these are some really big leaves. Here's my hand. Okay, look at that. That's the bottom of the leaf. That's my hand. That's just a gigantic leaf, and that's one of the mid-sized leaves on there. It's not even the biggest ones. So anyhow. Sunflowers are coming up, looking good all the way down through there. I need to get over here, weed all this one day. I've sprayed weed killer on it, on the fence line. Weed killer didn't do anything. It killed the clover, but it didn't kill the grass. So I mixed it pretty strong. It was probably some bull crap junk stuff. So if you know some good stuff that'll kill it but won't hurt my sunflowers, let me know. I'm gonna spray that fence line down. The 2261 Schmidt, it's coming a long way. Got some pretty good looking secondaries there growing. That one right here, it snapped just about an 1/8 inch when I pulled it down to tack it. It snapped, and I was being gentle, trying to just barely bend it, and it just popped. So we'll see if it heals up or not. If it don't heal up in the next couple days and act like it's going to just sit there and leak and mess up the plant, I'll call it out of there. Some other funky things that were going on with it back there, double secondaries and some weird things that's grown out of it. So that's a good thing. Also, I'm burying the vines now. So all the vines are getting buried at every node. As you can see right there, every node is getting buried. And when this stretches out about another 1 or 2 foot, I'll bury those nodes. So it's time to bury nodes. It's time to cut the tendrils off. You can see tendrils just laying everywhere. Time to get them buds off of it. Any kind of male blooms or female blooms, nothing but plant. That's all I want. This is the 1378 new plant right here. Yeah, 1378 new. It's doing really well. Had to turn it a little bit. It was going too much that way. Turned it back this way, trying to get it straight in line. We'll see what it does in the next couple weeks, and if we're going to keep this plant or not. We can't keep every one of these, because if we do, it's going to be roughly 200 square foot for each plant, and that just don't seem like quite enough for me. So some of these plants more than likely are going to get culled, unless for some odd reason I just think, well, hey, I think I could grow 800 pounder in 200 square foot, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do. So they'll probably get, several of them's going to get culled. The 1209 Hodge is right here. It's by far my biggest plant. It's probably 8 foot long now, and it's just booking. It's got the most, and it was the one that was flipped upside down. This plant was the one that was flipped upside down, all funky like, and I had to turn it a couple days ago. It's got the most secondaries. It's got the most everything. Okay, it's smaller leaves and things, but it's got a lot of good things going for it. pretty happy, impressed with this particular plant right here. The second best plant that I got is directly behind it, and it is a 1251 new. I mean, just look at that plant. That plant is that is my best plant next to this one. This one right here is a good plant. If it hadn't flipped upside down and been crooked and all that funky mess that had gone on with it, it would probably be the #1 plant, because it is definitely the longest. That one right there is definitely, most definitely my best plant, is the 1251 new. I mean, you can look now through there. That thing is beautiful. The leaves are coming off just right. The tendrils are not tendrils, but the secondaries are coming off on it just right. I mean, everything about this plant screams, I'm a winner, I'm a keeper, okay? I mean, look at that. When I got in here and started doing this today, I could tell that this was my best plant. I mean, look at the way it comes. It just boom, 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 just like that. I mean, it's gorgeous. So this one's definitely a keeper, unless it goes funky haywire on me. The 1251 new is definitely the keeper. Now, there is one secondary back in here that needs worked on. It's staying up in the air. I'm scared to pull it down because I'm scared it's going to break. So I'm leaving it alone. As you can see it right there. It'll eventually lay down, and I'll get it growing too. But yeah, that 1251 new is really good. This one, that is another 1378 new right here, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Got it all pinned down. All the secondaries are pinned down on it. It grew kind of odd shape, but this was the one that was up underneath the hoop house. So we'll see what it does or what it won't do. But anyhow, that's what we've gotten done today. Long gourds are looking good. Okay, I'm hoping to get a winner off of them. I'm hoping that we can do some good this year. I've never entered anything, so let's see what we do. Last year I grew big tomato for myself, and the other stuff all for my pumpkins for myself. I want to see if we can grow something this year and win. So let's take my little shoe thingies off here. Whew. Man, I tell you, that's a bit much. Yeah, that's hard on you for sure. Stick this back in the ground here. Huh. Okay. All right, I'll fix that a little bit later. That's good for now. But there they are again. They're looking pretty good. Like I say, I'm pretty excited about them. So we shall see what they'll do. Going back over here real quick if I can. That's all that I got done today in the way. I moved the other tomato plant. So all three of them's right there. 1, 2, and 3. My 3 giant tomato plants that are going to be planted in the ground, and then of course the fourth one's up there in a pot. Weeded all this out today on the fence line, and built that over there for my stuff to start climbing on. So hopefully that'll start doing it. I was going to plant some Cushall seeds today, and I was going to plant some my Jarrahdale blue pumpkins and my Cinderella white pumpkins and my full moon white pumpkins, but I'm just too wore out. And I was going to plant some of my crosses that I made from the Atlantic Giant and jack-o'-lantern crosses I made last year. But this old boy's just wore out, so we're going to go inside. And tomorrow, got some things going on tomorrow. Going to be planting some big pumpkins. I gave 2 big pumpkins over to my buddy. I gave him the other I gave him the second 1209 Hodge, and another plant, I think another 824 Hodge. I gave him one of each, I believe. Anyhow, we're gonna go plant them tomorrow, and some other stuff over at his house for him. because he was the one that got shot. So gonna go over there, plant that stuff, and pick up some more milk crates and some fencing and stuff like that he gave me. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia. Thank yous for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.